Greetings to you. I forgot to position a few things, so sometimes you have to do these things while you're on the air. I must apologize. I am Mr. Perfectionist. I like everything to be, in order. I like everything to go according to plan. You understand? Things must be exactly where they should be. No disarranged house, this is there and that is there. And no, if you have the accommodations for specific items, then these items should be exactly where they are supposed to be. You don't put the plate where the cup should be. All right? Your bed must be properly made up in the mornings after you wake, because that's your place of zen. That's your place that you go to recharge. So you have to do your best to make sure that when you get home, your house is accommodating, your house is welcoming. It's clean, it smells good. You understand? The environment is peaceful. No flies everywhere, clothes everywhere, dust everywhere. And when you decide to go into your bedroom to take off the burden of the day, your bed is a mess. It's not made up. No, well, the average woman today don't give a fuck about keeping a house the way it should be kept. But as a man, you have to do your part. If you sit around and wait for the women to put everything in the way they should be and keep the house the way it should be kept, you'll be fighting every day with that woman. But if you were raised right as a man, if mommy raised you right, then you don't wait for the woman. If you can't afford it, you get a housekeeper. You get a butler or a living maid to do that for you. Because women these days, they're not groomed like that. They're not programmed like that. They get home, they just put their bags there, they jump on the bed with their sweaty clothing, with all that dust and negative energy. They reach a full sink of dirty dishes, and you can't tell them anything. You can't. I'm not your maid. What do I look like, your maid? Yeah, so you as the man, you need to keep a lid on that and do what you can. Otherwise, all that bad energy, it takes you to your sleep and you get nightmares. You can't wake up the next day. You're so heavily burdened. Gone are the days when we had that beauty of life. Our grandmothers, our mothers. Now, what do we have today? We have a bunch of lazy, gold digging, complaining, KFC eating, bags shopping, you name it. Those are the kind of women we have today. All they focus on is some event that they can go to wear their fancy clothing and their fancy bags and shoes, and that's it. Home is the last thing on their mind. But the typical man today is not interested in that. He just wants to be home. He just wants to be hugged with his house. After coming home from such a hard day, you have to deal with bad policies, bad governments, bad politicians, bad bosses, arrogant bosses, bad drivers, bad public transportation workers. All of that you have to deal with as a man, and rising prices in the shop, and your head is heavily burdened with that. And when you come home, it's to de-stress. You have an environment of peace. Your children are well raised, but then you have the woman to deal with. Most men just go to the bar. They go to the bar, or they go to some brothel or some, what do you call it, strip joint, to de-stress, because they can't get home. They go home, it's just like the workplace. It's hell. Nagging, 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 nagging. And he can't deal with it. I'm not justifying you fellas who likes to beat women. I'm not giving you reasons to say, you see, you hear what Dr. Prasad is saying? Yes, exactly. That's what I have to deal with. That's how you stress me out. That's why I beat you. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. If you realize you got a bitch at home, look for a lady. In every 10 bitches men marry, there is 100 single ladies. Lose the bitch. Let her go. There is a 100 single ladies that you can choose from to replace her. Don't fight. Don't beat her. Don't kill her. She ain't worth it. You know what worth your energy? A good woman. When you find a good woman that thinks about your well-being, you just want to be there to see how she can release that burden that you carry. When you find women like that, you cherish them. You cherish them. Because I tell you something. Let me tell you something. After the first time, I've said it before, after you lost, you can't wait to sample this woman. You're thinking about how it will feel to have your penis in her vagina. You're crazy about it. Take it from the expert, and I'm the expert. After the first time that you put your penis in a vagina you never had before, when you enter the first time and you ejaculate and you climax, all that excitement goes through the door. You're done. Goes through the door. I guarantee you. So ladies, this is why a lot of men don't call you back after the first time. To the man, that's what it is, a one-night stand. He don't want it the next time. Because he realized that all that stress for that is the same pussy, tastes the same way like his wife or his girlfriend or his ex or whoever. Same thing. No matter what race you are as a woman, no matter what race you are, what ethnic identity you have, your vagina is only delicious the first time. The first time. After that, you better have a good attitude. You better have a good personality. You better not be a gold digger. You better not be a scamp or a scammer as a woman. You better not be. Because it ain't your pussy that keeps him coming, that keeps him interested. It ain't nothing to do with that. It's your personality. There is something golden about your personality. That's why he's still interested. And because you have a beautiful personality, it makes up for the fact that your vagina lost the lust thing. You know, the excitement is gone. He ain't care. In his mind, she's kind. She's beautiful, personality-wise. So he's happy to have sex with you again. But if after the first time, every shit you're nagging, you want this, you want that, you're You're pressuring the man. No, he won't call you again. He would not go after you again unless he's a loser, or unless some shit he's insecure, and otherwise to that he will not be interested. Guard your personality, not your pussy. Guard your personality, not your pussy. Your personality is what keeps men interested, and coming after you, not your vagina. Understand that. So don't go on Facebook and you're pushing it out and you're showing your booty and you're suspending your flabby boobs and you think that that's it. No, it in it. It in it. It's far from the fact. It in it. The fact that you're not getting attention, the fact that a man isn't noticing you is because it's not about your booty. It's not about your pussy. Your personality is bad. It's terrible. It's like Azruddin Muhammad. Trust me. If you have a personality like Aubrey Norton's face, you better get a dildo. Because no man is calling you back the second time. If you have a personality like Aubrey Norton's face, you saw the last press conference, don't go watch it. Don't go watch it. Don't go watch it. Forget it. Take my word for it. If your personality, ladies, is as ugly as Norton's face, no man is going to call you again after the first dark one-night stand when he was drunk. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. Prasad. You see, I'll tell you like it is. And I mean this. I like strong leaders because I'm a strong leader. I like leaders who don't compromise because I'm a leader that don't compromise. I don't care about other people's feelings. I protect my own feelings because if I'm happy, I'll perform better. If I have no issues with you, we're good. So I like leaders like that. This is why I always have to talk about Trump. I always have to talk about Trump. The man is a no-nonsense man. The man said yesterday, yeah, I talked to Maduro. We had a conversation on the telephone. But it was a bad conversation. A bad conversation. Didn't go down well. But despite all of that, Trump says he told Maduro, I'm giving you an ultimatum. And the way Trump would talk, let me try to imitate how I think he would have actually said that to Maduro. Listen, you jerk. You know I want to get you, right? Since 2016, I want to get your ass. Now listen. I'm giving you a fucking ultimatum. Get out now. Take your bitch and leave. I'm giving you the opportunity to take your bitch and leave. I mean, leave Venezuela. Now, this is your last warning, your final warning, I'm telling you now. And Maduro is like, who the fuck you think you are? I ain't leaving Venezuela. That's my country. You come and move me. Come and take me out. So Trump would say, really? Good. Consider that your last warning. And hang up the telephone. So when Donald Trump came on the news and he said, it was a bad conversation, you just understand what he meant by that. It was really bad. Because Maduro rejected the offer. He rejected it. Imagine that. You have tons and tons of the world's worst, as in fearless, fierce, fighting machines on your doorstep. There is no country that has anything close to what is outside of Venezuela right now. And the man called you. The man brought his entire fleet. I mean, 30%. That's 30. Imagine that's 30%. You don't want to know what 100% is. 30% of his fleet just outside Venezuela, just a few miles, just a few miles. It's like you are in Georgetown, and the huge warship is just around Marconi area. Not so far, but around that area. They're seeing you. You can see them and they can see you. Off the coast of Caracas. He's right there. Venezuela is not in American waters. Venezuela Navy or military is not off the coast of America. The Americans are in Venezuelan waters. And the president called and said, hey man, I'm tired of this shit. Get the fuck out of the country. I'm giving you a chance to leave. Because none of my ships ain't turning back. I come there to take over the country. That's why I'm there. But I want to be nice. I want to be kind. I'm giving you a chance, and I let the world know I gave you a chance to leave the country. Saddam Hussein didn't get a chance. Gaddafi didn't get a chance. Bashar, the Syrian president, well, he didn't really get a chance, but he took the chance to run. A lot of the presidents didn't get a chance. The American moved in and bombed them to oblivion. Now Trump, in his kind ways, is giving this asshole a chance. I said, Maduro, I'm giving you a chance. Leave Guyana alone. Leave Venezuela alone. You and your bitch can leave the country. Go to Russia or China or wherever. Well, China or Russia, because if you go to any other country, we're going to come and get you. And he disrespected Donald Trump. He disrespected Trump. He rejected the offer. Who do you think you are? I'm not leaving my country. I mean, imagine that. They have a 50 million bounty on his head. The president says, hey, leave the country. He rejected, he refused, he turned it down. So what the man did? What did Trump do? Trump do what Trump does best. Act. And the first act that Trump did after Maduro embarrassingly rejected the offer, Trump shut down the airspace of Venezuela. That's why he shut it down yesterday. Oh, you want to show me who's boss? I'm going to show you who's boss. Shut down the fucking airspace. Anything that flies over, shoot it down. That's what we're faced with. So you have to understand, folks. The man got the opportunity to leave. He got the opportunity. You see, I thought that he was hiding somewhere because he's not seen anywhere since Wednesday. This call didn't take place yesterday. The president of America talked about it yesterday. But the press leaked the information that Maduro, after the call, and he rejected Trump's offer, he fled, but nobody knows exactly where to. He wants the world to think that he's still in Venezuela, but he fled. He's not in Venezuela. He's not in any bunker there because the Americans know all the bunkers and where they're located. Sources have said that he went to Colombia. And I don't know how they'll get him to wherever he has to go, but he's not in Venezuela. This is why the troops are on the ground in Venezuela, the American troops, looking for him. Well, yes, they're looking for him. Because he blatantly disrespected the big man and said, who the fuck you think you are? I don't want any deal with you. I'm not leaving my country. But he left anyway. Because he's not seen in public since that call. He's not seen in public. So he has the final chance was given to him. And that final chance was broadcasted from the mouth of the president himself, which he says, your time is up. Time's up. Now we're in your face, coming after you. You don't want to leave? We'll come and get you. So Guyana and Suriname, the two countries that will be greatly impacted by what is happening now is Guyana and Suriname. Trinidad, not so much. Why? Because Trinidad is protected by the waters. So they can shoot anything out of the water. Guyana and Suriname, they have direct borders, land crossing from Venezuela to the two countries. So the mercenaries, I've said before, will take advantage of the distraction of war to get into Guyana to create chaos for the citizens of Guyana. Chaos. And this is why the president of Guyana, he is alert, he is focused, but the Win people, the people from the PNC and the Win people, are trying to distract the Guyanese people from this imminent threat, danger, catastrophe. The Win and the PNC, they are working together to use this war to topple the Ali government. So what you find happening, neither the Win camp nor the PNC camp is focusing on what's happening right now with American Venezuela. They're not talking about it. They are not alerting, they are not making aware to the Guyanese people that, hey, be alert, be vigilant, stand with your military, stand with your police, don't subscribe to anything that will destabilize your country. They are not doing that. They're talking about some minister's son who have some yacht somewhere. They're talking about some fucking EU report about election that Ali outright won. They're talking about some police officer who might be drunk, pissing drunk, and waving waving the force's weapon indiscriminately in the community. What the fuck does that got to do with the government? What does a drunken ass police officer, a rookie cop, what does his irresponsible uses of a firearm has to do with President Ali or even the Home Affairs Ministry? Why is that a PPP problem? Why is that a PPP issue? Why are you blaming the People's Progressive Party as a political party for the shitty things some cops do? Who enrolls these people as police officers? The PPP? Who trains them? The PPP? Who is the person that graduates them? Who controls the police academy? The PPP? No, they don't. You idiots. These are people from your areas, your villages, your towns, your neighborhoods. These lunatics, these rookie police officers, these lowlifes who are joining the force, they're going through all the disciplinary training, all the protocols. They have the rule book in their possession because every police has his law book, his rule book with him. They have to study that. They have it. They know that they are police officers 24/7. A police officer is not a civilian unless he is fired. He's not a civilian. On or off duty, he's a cop and always must look at his conduct as a police officer, always. So if that police officer demonstrates that he's a lowlife, he's a drunkard and a fucking lowlife, why are you blaming President Ali for that? Why is it a political conspiracy to have these rogue cops think they could do anything when it comes to their responsibilities? These people have supervisors, they have superiors, they have sergeants in the department or whichever they work under. If you realize that a police officer is acting in a poor conduct way, you just report him to his superiors. You have a police complaints authority. You have a police in internal affairs. Come put him to there. Send the video. Send whatever to his bosses. Just send it there quietly. But since everything the PNC can use, they film it, put it online, and say, "Hey, you see, President Irfan Ali is empowering his people in the police force, and they're not doing their jobs." And then they call some Indian person name who's a supervisor in the police, some Indian person name who's the inspector, some Indian person name. So they're trying to suggest to the public that every Indo-Guyanese in the police force is a member of the PPP. So if a cop who might have some kind of resemblance or his name or his associations might be with the PPP and he does something, they blame the PPP for that. They blame the Ali government for that, the actions of that cop. All it takes is to call, or if you film the man, send the video to the police complaints authority, the internal affairs of the police force. They have a huge database. They have you can send the stuff there and deal with the man quietly. Most of the times, these police officers are fired for their poor conduct. But you want to get the Guyanese society obsessed with these little insignificant things. Yes, it's insignificant. Can that cop is stupid? He's going to wave a gun, but he wouldn't use it. He's not that stupid. When have you ever heard or read anywhere that a police officer, a rogue police officer, under the influence of alcohol, take out his weapon, his service weapon, or take a weapon from the police department and start shooting people randomly? When have you heard that? It never happened. Never happened. But you people would love, oh, the PNC is a murderous group. Oh, they're vampires. They like blood. So they would love to have that happen. Especially under the government of Irfan Ali. The PNC would love, the Win people, they would love to have some police go on some rampage or some soldier go on some rampage. Oh, they would love that. So they can use it and tell the Guyanese people, you see, look how your government is corrupt and how they're running the police force, that they have all these, when it has nothing to do with the government. The commissioner stepped in, and it's not something for the commissioner either. This is why they have ranks. This is why you have certain ranks above certain ranks. You have a chain of command. Why the commissioner got to come in and deal with this shit? The man has supervisors. They could have dealt with it. But because the Win people are so loud and they want to distract the Guyanese from the imminent threat of the war that's happening, they push all these things on their social media. Push all these things. Oh, don't worry about Venezuela. Don't worry about Trump. Don't worry about this. Look at this. This is important. Oh my gosh, President Ali promised the cash grants. From the time the elections were over, I mean, the Mohammed's people are a bunch of bitches. Seriously. There was nothing else that they found useful. They couldn't use the platform for nothing else. Not to address the allegations that was brought against him. Never once did he do that. The indictments that were brought against him, never once did he sat and addressed each one individually. He never did that. That is what Azzuddin Mohammed should have been doing. Use your platform and address each and every one of the indictments. He never did. Or let's make it more interesting. Were you involved with the death squad, Azruddin Mohammed? Were you involved with the Phantom Squad? Were you funding the Phantom Squad to take out rivals in the drug business? Were you? Address these issues. Or the paper shorts stuff. I mean, you can't run away from it. The same way how Doggy cannot run away from his claims that men have, not men, he has a back clitoris or a bitty clitoris or a G-spot in his ass. He can't run away from that. You can't, Azruddin Mohammed, you can't run away from the allegations that you had something to do with the paper shorts murder. You can't run from that. So then face it. Just face it. The Guyanese would be more appreciative if you can come on your platform, and you have a large platform. For a Guyanese page, you have over 400,000 people. That's big. I think that's the largest. Use the powers of your platform and address the indictment. Address the paper shorts conspiracy and accusation. Address your ties with the Phantom Squad. Address your ties with the Death Squad. Address you funding riots in 2020. Address it. That's it. People are saying that you are guilty. But no. You spend days making some memes and making some AI stuff about cash grants, fucking cash grants. The only people who are interested in cash grants are those lazy thugs that follow you. You are tired of paying them. That's why you're pushing for the cash grants. You don't want to give them money in December. You don't want to give them scraps, any donations in December. So you're pressuring Ali, you're pressuring the government to deliver on the cash grant. So you will be freed from going into your pocket and taking all the taxpayers' money that you pocketed to give to your thugs. You don't want to do that, you see? That's what I'm talking about. You have everything for you is a fucking motive. Everything for you is a motive, son of a bitch. Everything. You don't want to give the donations to your team. How many people you have? Oh, 190,000. Not billion. We're talking about billion yet. The 190,000 votes that you got. You need to give them something for Christmas. So if you can use your platform and the so-called powers of your fucking opposition, you ain't gonna be opposition leader. Let me promise you that. That's one Christmas present I can give you, Azruddin. You are not going to be sworn in at no time as opposition leader. The only swearing in you have to swear in before Christmas is when you are in a federal court in the US and you put your hand on the Bible, because I don't think they'll give you the Quran there, on the Bible, and you say, I swear to tell the truth, but nothing but the truth, so help me whoever. That's the only swearing in you'll be swearing in. Federal prison. I mean, the Florida court. So in the meantime, keep your supporters happy. Fine. I am saying no cash grants. Okay? I'm going to call President Ali one of these days and say, what are you doing? You already give cash grants for 2025. What are you doing? You're going to allow Azruddin Mohammed to pressure you to go and take taxpayers' money to give these fucking low-lives cash grants? To do what? Why don't you do like Joe? Take the cash grant money and help towards some project. You're building all the roads and stuff, yeah, but still. You have accidents that happens in Berbice. Accidents that happens in Berbice where the victims must be transported all the way to Georgetown Hospital for some kind of specialized care. Take the fucking cash grant money and upgrade the hospitals in Berbice so when people have issues there, they don't need to leave to go to Georgetown. The same capacity Georgetown Hospital has, put it in all the hospitals. You would save lives more in that way. Because you have a victim, an accident victim, or whatever victim in Berbice, and they have to travel by ambulance to Georgetown with all that traffic. They would sure die. They will surely die. Even if they have to go by helicopter. Where at the Georgetown Hospital they can land? Make the hospitals in Berbice, at least a central hospital in Berbice, with the same capacity, 100% able to facilitate any situation, any trauma situation, any situation like Georgetown Hospital. You have people having accidents on the Linden Highway or in Linden, but they got to go all the way to Georgetown Hospital to get specialized care. That's why they don't make it. These towns give all the towns the main Georgetown hospitals so they can provide the care for the people right there. They don't have to go all the way to Georgetown Hospital. That's what you can do, President Ali, with the cash grant money. Because you're talking about how much you're going to give this time? 200,000? If you got to give Guyanese 200,000 per person over the age of 18, how much are we talking about there? You have about over 600,000 people over the age of 18 or 16 that will be eligible for cash grants. 600,000 by 200,000. What are we talking about there? 200 billion? My math is not so good. But you're talking about a lot of money there. Azruddin can take the 190 billion Ghana dollars that he owes, and he can distribute that to the people who voted for him. Then he don't have to stress you out, President Ali, about cash grants for December. We are in December already. Then he can tell the United States court, well, I did some good for the Guyanese people because, yeah, I know I robbed the government, I know I robbed the taxpayers, but at least I gave them some cash grant for December. You can reduce the sentence. But this is what they're busy with. And before the country focuses on this disaster that is happening, they're focusing on this nonsense. Things are going to get much difficult when this thing escalates to uncontrollable levels. It's going to get difficult. So when you have an influx, you have a porous border. You have a porous border. The military is what? Not even 10,000 strong. You have more people in Guyana living with HIV than you have the soldiers. The military is not as large as the HIV victims in Guyana. So you have the porous border, and bombs are falling. You have all these sick people, injured people, terrorists, gang members, prostitutes coming over into Guyana from Venezuela. And the government is already strained because they got to be giving out fucking cash grants and cash grants. You have to accommodate these people because you didn't close your borders. You have to provide humanitarian care for them. That money, that money that you're going to be budgeting to provide care for a country, for citizens of a country who wanted to bomb you just a few months ago, you could have taken that money, or you can, because it's not too late, Forget the cash grants. All the monies you're sending to other places, upgrade the hospitals in Berbice, in Essequibo, to the capacity where they don't have to fly people or drive people to Georgetown Hospital to deal with their specialized care. So many hospitals are built, but yet when things get to a certain level, you hear on the way to the Georgetown Hospital, the person died. We should not be hearing that. A large country like Guyana, look at the size of the population, but you only have one hospital that delivers specialized care. One. And you're busy planning to give out cash grants? Fuck the cash grants. No cash grants. Yes, you're right, President Ali. You're correct. If you talk about production, you don't get a cheer. Nobody wants to hear that. Because production means work. It means employment. It means responsibility. It means investment. It ain't sexy. You can't get people's attention with that. Huh? Production? What is he talking about? I don't want to hear about how production. I don't want to hear about how much barrels of oil, how much gold. I don't want to hear about that. Okay, whatever. Cash grant. Oh, yeah. They want to hear that. Oh my gosh, the president is announcing cash grant, and they start spending it. They're looking in their wardrobe. I don't like this top anymore. I've been using this bag for like 2 months. Oh, I don't like this phone anymore. It's it's I see the new iPhone came out. Then when they hear cash grant, then they look around in their minds, in their homes, to see what they don't like anymore, for an excuse to spend the cash grant just in one day. That's what they're busy doing. But when you don't announce the cash grant, they have to now budget their salaries. They have to handle their salaries responsibly. They have to take better care of their phones. They have to clean their shoes, actually wash their clothing, stitch the bag if it has a tear, take off the weave and wash it to wear it again, because they have to manage the money that they're actually working for. You give them cash grants, they're going to spend it out with their salary, and then they'll come 2 days after that on Facebook and comment on the Mohammed's thing and say, yes, it's a good thing that I voted for Win. This is the only man that could have been president. No cash grant. I'm the president. I'm just the shadow Home Affairs Minister. Shadow Home Affairs Minister. And I'm saying no cash grant. Guyana needs more citizens. Which is better? Venezuela send their lowlifes in your country and overpopulate your country, become more than the actual citizens? Or you encourage Guyanese women to look for men who actually like pussy and have sex, get in a relationship, and make children. Guyanese children from Guyanese people. Isn't it better to give those new birthing mothers support? Not a one-off support, but you give them a monthly stipend, a monthly contribution towards their newborn. You encourage them because Guyana needs more people. Then you take over that birth until it's 18 years. Say, hey, we're going to provide every month or whatever for this child. We're going to make sure this child is educated. The state is going to take care of this child. so that the child stays out of trouble, the child goes to school, the child gets an education, the child gets a job until the child is 18. Because we want citizens. It's better, isn't it? So don't give them cash grants for them to waste it. Tell them, get in relationship. Stop the homo stuff and stop the lesbian stuff. Man go take a woman, woman go take a man. Fuck, get children, then we're going to help you out with the children. The government will. But don't give them any cash grants. The PNC and the Mohammeds are distracting Guyanese. All they're talking about is cash grants. How much did the PNC give in their time? How much cash grants did they give? How much? Zero. They didn't do shit. They took money. You would think that these black organizations are socialist in their mentality, but they talk socialism. When they're actually in power, they are more capitalist than anybody else. They're not social capital, they're just capital. They take, they just take, they take. They don't invest. They take loans to eat, to spend behind their side chick or their sweet woman or their sweet man. That's what they do. Bar Jagdeo was correct. The PNC borrow money to eat. They don't borrow to invest. But now they're complaining. Now they want the Guyanese to think that they're relevant. They wanted what's best for the Guyanese people. They rigged everything they ever touched. They messed everything up that they ever touched. But now they're not talking about Venezuela. They're not talking about what's happening at the borders. They're talking about cash grants. They're obsessed with cash grants. How would that help you, Mohammed? How would 200,000 help you? Because you will be accepting it too. I heard you collected the last cash grant that the government gave. All of you collected it. Every one of you collected it, except for Joe Jagmahan. He didn't collect it. But all them so-called rich people, like the Mohammeds, they accepted the cash grant. So you're talking about cash grant, is it to pay your lawyers? You mean you want your cut? Talk about what is happening. The American president officially said, time's up. Maduro's final warning was expired. It's over. That's what the man said. Any day now. So if Guyana is not prepared for the influx of migrants from Venezuela, if Suriname is not prepared, it's going to devastate both countries. Prices are going to be rising in the shops. Gas will increase. Oil will increase. Certain services will increase. Because the burden on these governments will be enormous. So you, the citizens, now have to start budgeting. You have to budget what you do, where you go, who you talk with, and stand behind your governments. This ain't time to hate Ali. This is a time to understand that whatever happens to Guyana will affect every citizen in that country. And not for the good. War is not good. War is never good. But sometimes it's necessary. And in this case, with Venezuela, it is necessary. Don't forget, because I'm one of the persons who use my platform aggressively early this year. And I fought against Maduro's plan when he had his elections for Essequibo. I was every day on that topic. When Maduro's troops shot on Guyanese soldiers, I was every day on that issue. when the gang members kidnapped Guyanese citizens, shot at Guyanese soldiers, injured Guyanese soldiers, I was on their case every day. And during that time, Maduro was pushing his rhetoric, encouraging his people, talking about a governor for Essequibo, encouraging Guyanese to turn against the Ali government. Don't forget what happened. That was this year, just a few months ago. And now a lot of you are sympathetic. You're crying for Maduro. And just recently he wanted to annihilate the whole country with his how much millions of people against less than 1 million people. And you're showing mercy for him. You're conspiring with Azridi Mohammed and Aubrey Norton and the PNC against the Ali government for Maduro. You hypocrites, sons of bitches. What's the matter with you, man? I would like to see Maduro out of office. I would like to see that. And I think the Americans, they talk too long. They talk too much and they talk too long. You should be like Israel. Be like Israel. Bomb the hell out of them. Don't talk. You give them ultimatums, 24 hours. And after 24 hours, it's action. Yes. Be like Israel. Too much talking, you give your enemy the chance to plan against you. You have to catch them off guard. See when he's talking? Trump actually called the man. Gave him a chance. Gave him an ultimatum. Leave the country. Go with your wife. Get away. Move out. He threw it in the man's face. He threw it back in the man's face. The man's military is on his backyard, on his doorstep. Still, the man had the time to say, hey, listen, I'm giving you one chance, your final chance. Leave the country now. He rejected it. Trump said, okay, fuck it. Close the airspace. No planes in or out. If you see any planes in the sky, you shoot it down. Israel would not have done that. They won't have time to call Maduro and say, hey, let's no. They just bomb the hell out of Venezuela. No talking. You're sending drugs, you're destroying economies, you're sending your prostitutes and your gang members, and you're killing citizens. We had enough. Guyana had 3 attacks, 3 terrorist attacks. And all 3 cases are Venezuelan people carry out the cases. Imagine if they had done that in America or in Israel. You think they would have a chance to get Jude in court? Those bombs would be falling down in that country since then. Oh, we don't have the bombs, right? We don't have the military. Okay, but we have America now. So what do? You have your opposition, who is wanted by the Americans, who is going to be spending a long time in America. He is joining with the other opposition to condemn the Americans against Venezuela, while at the same time wanting Guyana to rally around them. Guyanese, no. Guyanese, I'm saying N-O. No to Mohammed, no to the PNC. Reject these 2 demons, these 2 fools, reject them. They want to see chaos and devastation come to Guyana. They're distracting you from what's happening. Pay attention to the people who are telling you, who are warning you to be safe, to stand with President Ali and the Ali government. Pay attention to those people. I am one of those people, and I'm telling you, Guyanese, At the end of the day, you are going to lose. Stand with your government. Stand with the Americans. They're the ones who will have to help us out with AIDS. I mean, donations and things like that. They will have to do it. No other country usually comes to your rescue when you have these issues. The countries that are always ready to help you, to give donations, to give aid, to give all these things is America. When Guyana had all those disasters, who came to the rescue? The Americans. All the funds that are coming to your relatives in Guyana, who are sending you monies? Your relatives in America. You're getting barrels every year. Now it's Christmas time, right? You're getting barrels at the end of the year. Where are the barrels coming from? America. You're getting Western Union donations, MoneyGram donations, all these donations coming from your families and your friends. From where? America. So regardless of what you say, the Americans got your back. Because if Trump wanted to be wicked, he could have banned Western Union from doing business in Guyana, or anybody sending money from Western Union to Guyana. He could do that. There are a lot of illegal Guyanese in America who can still go and send money to their relatives in Guyana, and they're illegal in America. They're still sending. Stand with a country that has your back. All these places that you're talking about because you hate Ali, this is bigger than President Ali. This is your livelihood. This is your security. This is the future of your country and your children. This is your infrastructure. This is your system, your government you're talking about here. When those people flood the country and they come into the country and they collude with the opposition, the WIN people and the PNC to overthrow your government, who do you think will lose? Because the same Americans will sanction your government. Meaning if it's the PNC. And you will lose. So I'm appealing to you in these times, these trying times, I'm appealing to you, average Guyanese. Reject Azruddin Mohammed. Reject the PNC. They are racists. They are separatists. They are extremists. Reject them. They are bad for the country. They are poison to the country. Stand with your government now. Forget about cash grants. You have bigger things to deal with right now. Let the Christmas bring Guyana peace. Let the war happen and hope that it does not affect our country. In the new year, let the government take its time. The budget is scheduled in 2026, February, around that time. The government has to plan this cash grants in the budget. They have to budget for that. They have to find ways to get the money, to see how they'll get the money to deliver these cash grants to Guyanese. You had it early this year. What the fuck, man? Give the president a break. The man never said on the campaign trail, yes, I'm going to give cash grants 2025. He never said that. Show me one video where he says the government, if elected, re-elected, will give cash grants again in 2025. Show me that video where he said that. They said there'll be more cash grants. The possibility exists before the end of the year, but was never definitive. These things, you got to plan this thing. You understand? You don't just blindly go and do things like that. You have to plan this thing. It has to come from somewhere. You want them to go take a loan to give you a cash grant? You want the government to go take loans from China or IMF just to give you cash grants? Same thing the vice president said, borrow money to eat. You want them to borrow money just to give you to buy more KFC. Unpatriotic. Unpatriotic. Stop this nonsense. Pray that the war does not devastate Guyana. Pray. Because since the man said it's a final warning, it's up, it's done, it's finished, no more warning. Get out, you didn't leave, we're coming in. Who's going to stop him? Who? Ajudin? I heard they're planning another protest for the 10th. We'll talk more about that in the upcoming shows. We'll get more on that. But this program is sponsored by kind viewers like you. Today is the day you donate. You send your love gift, you send your contribution, because without you, this would not be possible. You, the good, breathing, healthy, law-abiding citizens of Guyana. I'm here to serve you. I'm your servant, Dr. Prasad. This is your show, Uncensored Guyana. Until next time, goodbye now.